Dear learners, happy learning for you. Today we are going to see about the business etiquette and corporate grooming, which is for the first year BBA students for the second semester. So in business etiquette and corporate grooming, you are going to see about the personal space. What is this personal space all about? Personal space includes that in corporate sector or in a business world, how far we can allow the partners to have a conversation with. So these are the four zones we need to adapt in our corporate world. So what are the zones? The first zone, we call it as an intimate zone. So where the intimate zone will exist, where you can allow your partners to come between 0 to 18 inches. So who are those people? That may be your spouse, your close friends or the relatives. So these people come under the intimate zone. So only for the intimate zone you can permit them to speak between 0 to 18 inches. So at the corporate sector you can't see an intimate zone. But of course in personal zone and other zones you can permit the people where they have to. The second zone we call it as a personal zone. So in personal zone, the zone begins with 18 inches to 4 feet. What is this personal zone all about? So here in personal zone, you can make your conversation with the people who comes under the personal zone, that is your colleagues, your peer team members, they can be within 18 to 4 feet. So this zone we call it as a personal zone, which comes under the second zone. And the third zone we call it as a social zone. What is this social zone all about? Here the people will be under 4 to 12 feet. So 4 feet to 12 feet. So in social zone you can see the lectures where the students and staff members will have the conversation. So you are making a seminar, so you are being a chief guest or a resource person. There you can see the social zone where 4 to 12 feet inches, the people will be having the conversation more or less, or in a meeting site. And the last zone, that is the fourth zone, we call it as a public zone. So what is this public zone? Take for example for mass communication, mass people are there with you. So here the public zone exists. So take for example in case of the people who are addressing the 300 to 500 people, you can say as an example of political leaders or any other motivational speakers over there, you can see n number of audience sitting together. There you can adapt the public zone which comes in about 12 feet and above. So these are the four zones we have to follow in our professional life. So it will start with the zone 1, which is intimate zone, and it ends with the zone 4, which we call it as a public zone. So this we have to learn in the personal space. So from this we do understand how much space we have to give with the opponent or the person who are having conversation with. So these are the zones we need to follow in our professional life. Happy learning and thank you.